Love Island USA star Miguel Harichi has entered the chat. In a recent Instagram story, Miguel explained why he unfollowed his friend, Too Hot to Handle alum and current Perfect Match cast member Louis Russell, on Instagram, and he defended his girlfriend Leah Kateb for doing the same, making it clear that this has nothing to do with Huda Mustafa. And if that sentence sounds a little like a reality TV show Mad Libs, allow me to explain. On July 31st, Louis went public with a new romance with Huda, a fan favorite of Love Island USA Season 7. Soon after, Love Island USA Season 6 alums Leah, Serena Page, and Jana Craig all unfollowed Louis, which caused Huda fans to accuse them of bullying her. Among Leah's critics was Louis's friend and fellow Too Hot to Handle alum Isaac Francis, who went live on Twitch over the weekend. During Isaac's live, he took a lengthy phone call with Miguel, unmuted. In a clip that has subsequently gone viral, Isaac accused Leah of getting mad at Louis specifically for dating a girl she doesn't even know, which fans took as a reference to Huda, resulting in even more hate towards Leah. Leah reportedly defended herself in the comments, clarifying that she has no problem with Huda and wishes her well. "I pray she protects her energy from all kinds of people," she wrote. "There's many reasons why we all unfollowed Louis. Huda isn't one of them and never was." She went on to accuse Isaac of taking a phone call from Miguel on live for clout, something Miguel seemed to echo in his Instagram story addressing the drama. Miguel addressing why he unfollowed Louis guys PIC twitter.com/WQEDZX0KJ4. Human at IamHuman_, August 2nd, 2025. People I called my friends feeling as though they have the right to talk on my relationship so negatively in such a public manner with no regard for how this might affect my girl's sick mental, Miguel wrote. Making assumptions without first understanding reasons behind certain actions and using that to let people drag her name and drag my relationship is disgusting. Miguel continued, defending Leah. Leah and the girls didn't unfollow Louis because he was dating Huda. They did it because as women the reasoning behind why he was dating her didn't sit right with them, he wrote. Whether or not they are truly falling for each other at this point, I couldn't care less. I wish them nothing but peace, but my road is my own, and I would prefer if my name and my girl's name no longer crossed into their world. Huda, make of these red flags what you will. ChatGPT said. Cierra breaks her silence after Love Island USA exit. Issues emotional apology over controversial slur. In a shocking turn of events, Love Island USA contestant Cierra has finally spoken out after her abrupt exit from the villa, and what she's saying is sparking a major stir across social media. The reality star took to Instagram Live late last night to address the controversy that led to her departure, issuing a tearful and heartfelt apology to fans, castmates, and the wider public for what she called an incredibly offensive and hurtful slur she used during a heated conversation in the villa. "There's no excuse. I take full accountability for my words," Cierra said, holding back tears. "I didn't fully understand the weight of what I said, and I'm so sorry to everyone I hurt. That's not who I am." The fallout. Viewers first noticed tensions rising during the latest episodes, but what happened off-camera caused a storm behind the scenes. According to multiple sources close to production, the show's producers made the swift decision to remove Cierra from the villa after fellow Islanders raised concerns over a comment she made that was deemed racially insensitive. Social media exploded as rumors swirled, with fans demanding answers and calling for transparency. Now, with Cierra's emotional public statement, the picture is becoming clearer. Islander reactions. Several of Cierra's former castmates have since responded to her apology, with mixed reactions. Jasmine, one of the Islanders reportedly affected by the remark, posted, "I appreciate the apology. Healing takes time, but I believe in accountability and growth." Tyler, who was previously coupled up with Cierra, wrote, "It's a tough situation. I hope people give her a chance to grow from this." However, not everyone is as forgiving. Some fans and critics online are calling for the show to release unedited footage of the incident and to issue clearer community guidelines for behavior in the villa. Cierra's future, redemption or retreat? Cierra confirmed she is stepping away from all television and social media work for the time being, saying she plans to undergo cultural sensitivity training and continue learning from this experience. "I'm not looking for sympathy. I just want to do better and be better. If people give me the chance, I'll prove that I can grow from this." Her team has also confirmed that she has declined interviews from several major outlets including Entertainment Tonight and Us Weekly, choosing instead to focus on personal growth and healing. Love Island producers speak out. In a rare move, the producers of Love Island USA released a brief statement this morning. "We take the well-being of our contestants and the values of our show seriously. We support accountability and are committed to creating a safe, respectful environment for all participants." The statement stopped short of confirming whether the footage will be released or if Cierra will ever be allowed to return in a future season or reunion. One thing's for sure, Cierra's story isn't over, but it's taken a powerful turn. Would you like a clickbait YouTube title and thumbnail concept for this story? Cierra breaks silence on Love Island USA, exit, apologizes for incredibly offensive slur. Days after her abrupt exit from the Love Island USA villa, Cierra Ortega is addressing the reason she was removed from the show. In the week leading up to her departure, some social media users expressed outrage over screenshots of alleged Instagram posts and messages in recent years that showed Ortega using a racist slur against people of Asian descent to negatively refer to her eyes. The 25-year-old, wearing a sweater with empathy emblazoned across the front, opened a nearly 5-minute video on Instagram on July 9th by issuing an apology to not just anyone that I have hurt or deeply offended, but most importantly, the entire Asian community. "I am deeply, truly, honestly so sorry. While I was in the villa, there were some posts that resurfaced from my past where I was very naively using an incredibly offensive and derogatory term," she said. "I had no idea that the word held as much pain, as much harm, and came with the history that it did, or I never would have used it. I had no ill intention when I was using it, but that's absolutely no excuse, because intent doesn't excuse ignorance." It struck a nerve. Bachelorette Jana Craig speaks out on Cierra's 2024 post. She went on to call the post not an apology video, but rather an accountability video. On July 6th, she was phased out of the Peacock romance competition show, in which she first appeared at the end of the June 3rd premiere episode, around 15 minutes in as narrator Ian Sterling announced she has left the villa due to a personal situation. She and her partner, Nick Van Steenbergen, were the only couple to label themselves as exclusive. Their fellow Islanders appeared to consider them frontrunners to win the cash prize as the season concludes Sunday, July 13th. What happened? What we know about Cierra Ortega's Love Island USA exit. Cierra had no idea slur she used was racist. Ortega said she did not know the racist origins of the word that she'd used in multiple social media posts and explained, "I do want it to be known that I genuinely had no idea that it was a slur. I had no idea of its meaning. The slur was immediately removed from my vocabulary in 2024, she said, when she'd posted an Instagram story, and a follower of mine reached out to correct me and let me know that what I was saying was incredibly hurtful." She shared a screenshot of a direct message exchange and denied any narrative that she had doubled down on using the word, as alleged in a screen grab of an exchange that is circulating on social media. Analyzing this season's scandals, cancel culture, and why Gen Z has a big problem. Cierra: "I completely agree with the decision to remove me from the villa." Ortega did not push back against the Love Island USA producer's choice to have her leave the reality TV show. "I completely agree with the network's decision to remove me from the villa. I think that this is something that deserved punishment, and the punishment has absolutely been received for sure," she said. Ortega, an Arizonan whose family is of Mexican and Puerto Rican heritage, went on to denounce the backlash from viewers, some of whom have allegedly called U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement on her family. "My family doesn't feel safe in their own home. I'm receiving death threats," she said. "There's no need to fight hate with hate. I don't think that that's justice." Zach speaks out. Casa Amor cast member on what producers said when Cierra left. Prior to Ortega's video, On July 6, her family also posted a statement on Ortega's Instagram story that criticized the actions of some of the show's viewers. "We're not here to justify or ignore what surfaced. We understand why people are upset, and we know accountability matters. But what's happening online right now has gone far beyond that," the lengthy statement said, in part. "The attacks on her family, her friends, even her supporters, it's heartbreaking. It's uncalled for. And no one deserves that kind of hate, no matter what mistake they've made." According to a report by Stop AAPI Hate and the University of Chicago's National Opinion Research Center released in June, a survey of more than 1,000 people across the U.S. who identify as Asian American and/or Pacific Islander found that 72% of young adults 18 to 29 years old said they'd experienced hate acts. More than half of adults 30 to 44 years old, as well as 46% of 45 to 59-year-olds and 44% of those over 60 years old reported such experiences, which include harassment and institutional discrimination. This article originally appeared on USA Today. Cierra from Love Island apologizes to the Asian community. What we saw with Love Island USA's Jana Craig isn't new. Reality TV hasn't always been kind to Black women. The split between Love Island USA's Jana Craig and Kenny Rodriguez revealed the ugly truth behind some reality television shows. Jana and Kenny split on July 29th, with Jana saying that fans' guesses on what went wrong with the couple didn't match how terrible, disgusting, and disappointing the truth was. In the past, we've seen Black women become the subjects of mistreatment on some of these shows, whether it's from internet trolls, their fellow co-stars, or the producers. When Love Island USA Season 6 alums Jana Craig and Kenny Rodriguez confirmed their split on July 29th, it didn't take long for fans to begin speculating about what happened with one of their favorite couples. Jana, 27, spoke out in a statement via her Instagram stories, sharing that the theories fans were coming up with didn't match how terrible, disgusting, and disappointing the truth really was. As more of the Season 6 cast began to unfollow Kenny, 25, on social media and Jana's closest family and friends, including co-stars turned best friends Serena Page and Leah Kateb, began speaking out in her support, the situation quickly escalated from a bad breakup to something entirely different, with several of Jana's Season 6 cast members and close-knit support system accusing Kenny of being a racist and using his former girlfriend for notoriety. Her best friend, Charmaine Smith's post in particular, pulled no punches. "If you have access, go through your man's phone today," Smith wrote in a now-deleted post shared to Instagram stories. "Search keywords like, 'I don't like Black women. I thought I would get more money from this. I'm faking this relationship. Going on the show would be for clout. I can't wait to be done this, so I can F. Hella B.'" Kenny made one statement about the breakup and remained silent in the fallout. People reached out to Kenny Rodriguez for comment.